that Odos might be different from the other DEX aggregator competitors, and sort of what is the more unique value proposition that Odos brings to the table?
Of course. Yeah. And again, there are many DEX aggregators out there, and we're not the first to the market. But there are several factors that differentiate Odos from the competition. So the first one is our proprietary smart order routing algorithm, which was developed by Matt Dybel, our research and product lead. So this algorithm essentially searches a much wider possible universe of tokens to route an order through. And the same algorithm allows Odos to create a pretty complex route paths through many DEXs, and then much more efficiently split an order via dozens of tokens in order to maximize the output. So that's kind of the first unique differentiator, is we try to deliver the maximum token output in any given swap. And of course, complexity does not always mean better results, but in the case of Odos, we choose the complexity and at times more gas costly paths if the user gets more output than a simpler path.
Okay.
The second unique value proposition, the second value prop is our multi-token input feature that basically allows users to swap from several tokens. On a current UI, you can swap from 6 tokens into 1 token in a single atomic transaction. So this comes very handy when you want to save gas fees on Ethereum, for example, or you want to clean up your wallet. It's a single swap and you're done. So very easy.
That's very nice.
And then last but not least is the way we visualize the order routing. So we've developed a custom Sankey diagram, which anybody could see on app.odos.xyz, that shows this intuitive representation of each order flow. So there's a very cool share button that after you completed the swap, a user can actually save the image of their trade and share it on social media, or maybe even create an NFT, right?
Oh, that's nice. That's fun for a lot of users, actually. A lot of traders in particular. So
right.
That's very exciting. I love the idea of cleaning up your wallet through the 6 to 7 token swap. I know I always have small bits that probably 10 to 15 different things from back when it's more like a bull market and you're trading a lot of different tokens. So that's very interesting. And you don't often hear a lot about a lot of talk in regards to getting the best output regardless of gas. I find that a lot of people, when they want to position themselves, they'll immediately think, oh, well, we're going to get the most customers if we have the least gas, right? And it's not to say that you guys are obviously not gas maxing, but it's an interesting value proposition, I think, that I haven't heard too often. I like that because at the end of the day, I think the maximum output is the most important, in my opinion. So that's very cool.
Yeah, for sure, and it always helps to compare. I mean, we've actually seen a number of different quotes that may actually be inaccurate on a lot of aggregators, right? So users, it's best for the user to actually do a comparison and see how the quotes that they're getting actually result in what type of execution.
Okay, cool. That's very cool. So how long have you guys been in the game so far, and sort of when was the time that you decided to launch Odos?
Yeah, so we started working on Odos at the end of 2021. We launched the product in beta last April, initially on Polygon, and then before that, the team actually developed a side project, and that's how Odos was born. They've developed a cross-chain arbitrage monitoring tool. It was called Western Gate. It was actually referenced in one of Vitalik's posts about MEV and arbitrage. That was the very early start of Odos, which in Greek means path. So we are actually providing the best path for users to swap between digital assets.
I like that. That's a fun way for everybody always has a theme, right? That's a fun theme. So
right.
I think honestly the Greek formula has been for marketing has been statistically very good, considering I don't know if you knew Olympus and stuff from a while back, right?
Right.
Yeah, though that was a huge era, and I think it just spawned this very trendy marketing for sure. Well, I like that. It's fun. That's very nice. And so what would you say for you personally? This is a curious question for me since you've been around for a while. Was the time where you kind of found yourself more interested in crypto, and what kind of led you to this path to creating Odos?
Yeah. So again, maybe that goes back to like late different space at that time, and I was leaving the corp dev, and I was thinking about.
Oh, hello. I think I've lost you.
Yeah, could you hear me?
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Missed the last two sentences. If you can start again real quick.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, so the interest, came back when I had a number of.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. Sorry. I think the connection. I think the Twitter Space is having a glitch. Apologies, guys. Let's see if we can fix this very quickly. Um. Okay. Speak again.
All right. So
Okay. Cool. All right. I think that is working. I think that's working. Go ahead now.
all right. So let's make let's maybe go with a question, and we
Yeah,
could.
let's move. We'll move on since the apologies for that. The Twitter Spaces can be so. Twitter needs to work on this a lot. They have a very buggy product from time to time. So apologies for any listeners about the quick interruptions there. So we'll move right on to the next portion. So very for anybody wondering, how did you find yourself working with us, working with Galaxy? Um, and what was sort of the process in the startup there, finding us and figuring out how to do all this together?
Sure, and I'll keep an eye on the mute button because it apparently just keeps muting me. But yeah, so I think we met with Jake, who's been an awesome partner for us back at
Oh, you muted yourself. There.
last year.
Yeah.
Right. So where we actually had a booth. So that was our first public appearance. As with any crypto project,
Mhm.
new to the market, it was important for us to showcase the product and introduce the team and start building brand awareness. Um, we were starting in the bear market, and when Jake told us about the Galaxy's approach, the use case, and that really resonated with us.
That's nice to hear. I know Jake personally as well, of course, and he's very a go-getter when he sees someone he wants to work with. So I can imagine he did a great job of connecting with us and everything. So it's nice to have you guys here. So with the recent campaigns that you guys have decided to run with Galaxy, would you be able to just give us sort of the details on what the strategy is with those campaigns, what you want the users to gain from these campaigns, and maybe the details on a recent campaign that you've worked on with us?
The way we've looked at the entire process is, when we launched the product back in April, May of last year, where we obviously were starting to be in the bear market. We were in the bear market, but going even deeper. So for a new company, a new startup, a new player that's obviously has competition in the space, the question was like,
Yeah.
how do we bring the brand awareness about Odos? So the strategy behind the NFT campaigns was to actually, multifold, right? Is how do we incentivize the users to actually try the new features? How do we build that connection, that bond between the user and our product? How do we grow the social media presence? How do we grow the community? How do we collect feedback? We continue to refine the product. So that's where we've initially ideated and created this multi-stage campaign that really focused on different groups of crypto users, some novice users who have never used DEX aggregators in the past. So we kicked it off with a mandatory NFT campaign, a number of different tokens that people could swap to, I think from like $20 swaps, and then they got rewarded with an NFT, right? So you just make a trade and you mint an NFT on Galxe. So that worked very well. And then we continued to grow other campaigns, again, trying to introduce, for example, the multi-token input feature. So we've had a campaign specifically around that in incentivizing and then encouraging users to try that feature and to get an NFT. And then throughout the period, again, as I mentioned before we dropped off, there was the whale campaign, which obviously was initially targeted to bring in large trades and large users, but again, our community supported us so massively that people figured out, hey, we might as well just like crank the engines and just continue to trade and swap and generate the volume. So that campaign, obviously brought a lot of trading volume for Odos, but at the end of the day, it helped us to connect with the end user. It helped us to make sure that the product obviously is stable and is capable of supporting that type of demand, that type of interest. So that's kind of the strategy. So I guess to sum up, the strategy is to reward the users for that type of experience.
I agree. It's a simple formula, honestly, but it's at the end of the day, and it's nice that we're able to work together with projects like yours and be able to create that volume that can help you understand parts of the product, etc. It's always cool to see that.
Right. And it goes, maybe back to your question, like the current campaign that we have, it's a Lunar New Year campaign on Galxe. It's celebrating the Chinese New Year, but it also celebrates our integration of the BNB chain, which we launched in January. So Odos can swap on Odos on the BNB chain and mint an NFT on Galxe. So again, people who have specifically assets on BNB and may have not used Odos in the past, right? Because they're not using Polygon or they're not using Arbitrum for a number of reasons. They can use that on BNB. So
very cool. And we're going to link the details to that campaign below, guys, below this Twitter space. So make sure you guys check that out and make a swap, create some volume. Learn a bit about something new, maybe that you have not had a chance to before. I think that's one of the things that we love to do as well, and it's a great opportunity for users that might even be curious about these things that can help them swap or trade better, but haven't had the opportunity. So wonderful. Glad to see that is working out so well. With all these talks about campaigns, early growth, community growth. What are some of the future plans for Odos to continue to grow alongside the community as well? What might be something you can let us know that you guys have planned for the future to help you guys?
Yeah, of course. And maybe I probably didn't address your prior question in terms of kind of the impact, because I think the Galxe relationship has been highly impactful for us, again, as a new product, as a new company. We've started off with just like an Odos early supporter ode, which I think there was like over 35,000 mints, which again kind of put us on the map out there on on social media. And then the campaigns that I've mentioned, like the mandatory campaign, the mechanism, the manga campaign, I think all of those campaigns in total, our users, minted over 1.3 million of NFTs via Galxe. So that was, a massive success for us. I think a massive success for this type of partnership. So in the 4 months of 2022, we've grown from basically, totally new product on the street to over 160,000 Twitter followers. So I think we have over 25,000 members in Discord. And obviously the trading volume has been quite massive and successful. And again, it has helped us to continue to retain, the loyal users. So in terms of kind of the continued plans for the company and the community, so I would say that we're a very product focused team. So we emphasize our efforts on strengthening the core smart order routing solution and user experience. That's kind of what we brought to the market initially, and that's our primary focus. We're also working on several interesting new features that will be released over the next few months. We're also going to be releasing a scalable API so that more ecosystem projects can actually tap into the power of Odos and leverage our smart order routing, whether it's in the wallet, whether it's to rebalance yield pools. There are many different use cases for smart order routing. And then in terms of community, I mean, we're extremely grateful to all of our users who discovered our product initially or through various campaigns, or have seen us, in person at some of these conferences, and continue to use Odos, on a daily or a weekly basis. In Q2, we will probably introduce or at least announce a new way for our loyal community members to continue to engage with Odos. And that includes all those who participated in our Galxe campaigns. So that's what I can share at this time.
Awesome. Okay, glad you could share that with us. I'm very happy to see the impact and the results that we've had together. A million NFTs minted. Sorry, it was 1.3 was the number, correct, or 1.6?
Yeah, it's yeah. So the very first campaign, the Minotaur campaign, that was over 870,000 mints. So that was just one campaign, right? And then the others just
crazy.
kind of grew on top of
yeah.
that.
That's incredible. I know right now, I think, we dominated last year with NFTs minted. So it's been an exciting year. It's been an exciting new year so far, even in the last month. And there's much more to come, guys, with many of our incredible partners, such as Odos. That sort of comes to the end. Once again, guys, I'm very sorry for the bit of awkwardness we had today. There was a bit of disjointedness just due to the connection. So again, Yuri, sorry for the connection problems. We're really not sure why that happened exactly.
No worries.
But I'll let you.
Good.
Awesome. Thanks again. It's very nice chatting with you, learning a bit about Odos. For everybody that doesn't know about Odos, please go to their pages, check them out. If you didn't learn enough today, there's obviously more to learn for sure. Figure out how to use the DEX aggregator. Join us in future campaigns. So Yuri, if you have any final words to say before we close out.
No, I really appreciate the opportunity. I really appreciate our collaboration with Galxe, and I look forward to potential future campaigns.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was lovely to hear from you. I hope to hear from you again when we have another amazing campaign. Then we can chat again, maybe with a better connection.
Happy to join again. Yes, thank you.
Of course. Yeah, maybe you can join us in our Discord next time. That could be some fun too.
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. For everybody on the other side of the world, hope you're having a good morning. For those on my side of the world, hope you're having a great evening. Thank you again. Check out the Twitters, check out the campaigns. It's going to be linked below. And have a nice day.